Three-row electric crossovers are rare, with the Tesla Model X being one of the few. But the Kia EV9 will have a much more appealing price tag. Officially revealed in March 2023, the electric SUV will soon have its global debut. The new Kia EV9 is the brand's largest and most upmarket model yet, with the big SUV set to rival the likes of Mercedes EQS SUV, BMW iX7, and even the base versions of the Hummer EV. Built on the same Electric Global Modular Platform as the EV6 and with dual motors, the EV9 should also be good to drive with far swifter acceleration than the brand's popular three-row Telluride. Here's a closer look at Kia's new flagship SUV. On the outside, the EV9 successfully carries over many of the styling cues from the concept. Like the concept, the production model has angular, boxy lines and an imposing front end. The distinctive profile is complemented by intricate lighting at the front and rear. It features a digital lighting pattern, vertical headlights, and Kia's new digital tiger face, made up of dual clusters of small cube lamps which are embedded in the bodywork alongside each headlamp. There is also an LED star map that can function as daytime running lights, but also allows for animated lighting patterns. Like the initial Telluride concept, Kia's concept EV9 featured rear-hinged suicide doors that opened into the cabin. However, like the production Telluride, the EV9 will feature conventional front-hinged rear doors. The side profiles features several sharp lines and creases which have been honed to maximize the aerodynamic efficiency. From the side, it's also notable how short the overhangs are, leaving as much space as possible for the passenger compartment. There is also a tapered rear roof line, while the rear lights also use a horizontal design. Two models, one with a conventional closed roof and one with dual sunroofs, have been pictured. The EV9 comes with futuristic 21-inch wheels wrapped in Michelin tires. While the production Kia EV9's dimensions are unknown, it's bound to be close to the concept EV9 in size. That dictates a length of 194 inches, a width of 80.9 inches, and a height of 70.5 inches. The wheelbase, meanwhile, measures 122 inches. Interestingly, it's slightly shorter than the Telluride, but both taller and wider, and the use of an EV skateboard chassis will translate into a massive interior. Curb weight figures are unknown, but considering its fully electric powertrain and size, this is likely to be the heaviest Kia model yet. Considering that the Telluride already weighs almost 4,500 pounds in its heaviest guise, the 2024 EV9 is likely to come in at over 5,000 pounds quite easily. When it comes to performance, although confirmed to ride on the same Electric Global Modular Platform as the smaller EV6, Kia has not yet divulged official powertrain specs. However, leaked information from earlier in 2023 has given us an idea of what to expect. The base models will have rear-wheel drive, so they will very likely make do with a single electric motor. At this level, outputs will be 200 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque, allowing for a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 8.5 seconds. While that may sound a little bit disappointing for an EV, we should also keep in mind that this is a family vehicle and not a sports car. From there, sources suggest that outputs increase to 400 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque, which is where we expect dual motors and all-wheel drive to appear. Here, the 0 to 60 time drops to 6 seconds. The priciest model will also have 400 horsepower, but torque will be boosted to 480 pound-feet to allow the SUV to reach 60 miles per hour in just 5.2 seconds. We can also expect a towing capacity of maximum 4,500 pounds. Hyundai Motor Group has confirmed that the Kia EV9 will receive the highway driving pilot feature. This is a level 3 system that allows the car to control itself on the highway without user monitoring. The concept EV9 promises a range of up to 300 miles and the ability to charge at speeds of up to 350 kilowatts. At that rate, its battery can be replenished from 10 to 80% in 20 to 30 minutes. The EV6 has the same maximum charging speed but takes a quicker 18 minutes to get its battery from 10 to 80%. Unsurprisingly, this is because the EV9 will have a larger battery, although its size is unknown. The concept EV9 has a hood vent duct area with a solar panel that can recuperate a small amount of energy, but it's unclear if the production version will retain its functionality. Heavy electric SUVs aren't especially efficient, as evidenced by the BMW iX's best MPG figure of 86 mpge combined, the 3-row Tesla Model X is a better benchmark for Kia to aim for with its 102 mpge combined. On the inside, the changes to the interior of the production Kia EV9 are more substantial than the exterior, but this is no surprise since the concept was quite bare inside. Seats in the Kia EV9 will be able to accommodate 6 or 7 occupants depending on the trim or how it is configured, and the manufacturer promises lounge-like space in every row. Unlike most other 3-row vehicles, there is more versatility here in terms of how the seats can be arranged. This capability is buoyed by the EGMB platform, which enables a flat floor and long wheelbase. Occupants in both the first 2 rows can recline their seats simultaneously, or those in the second row can swivel their seats to face those in the third row, creating a truly lounge-like atmosphere. The floating dashboard design is modern and clean, and the tasteful neutral colors used in the model pictured here create an upmarket look. Kia says there are dual 12.3-inch touchscreens, which is unusual since the display ahead of the driver is typically not a touch display. These screens are integrated with a 5-inch segment display. There are hard controls for the climate control and volume adjuster below the air vents though. No Kia EV9 cargo space specs were shared, but this is a large vehicle, so it is unlikely to fall short in this regard. For reference, the similarly long Telluride has 21 cubic feet of volume behind the third row and 46 cubes if this row is folded. The EV9 will be more luxurious and larger than Kia's other electric model, the EV6, and the same applies to the Telluride. As the EV6 starts at $48,700, we expect the EV9 to begin at around $56,000. And that correlates with information glanced from a customer survey leaked earlier this year. However, the top variant could be considerably more expensive, possibly getting close to a cost of $75,000 MSRP. Kia has not set an official timeline yet, but theoretically a March 2023 reveal could coincide with the EV9 arriving at dealerships in the late 2023 calendar year. The EV9 will likely be a 2024 model year vehicle. Initially developed for the US and Chinese markets, Kia will launch the EV9 in the UK and Europe, where it will be one of the biggest electric SUVs on the road and one of very few true zero-emission 7-seaters.